PNC, who watched it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I only watched the highlights, sadly, though.
What a great time.
Everybody was on fire.
What a great... Okay.
Everybody was on fire.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. I had no idea how much I love the PNC.
Oh, it's the best.
It sure is. And you know what? It bombards my Instagram every year. It's like Charlie Woods, everything. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But until going there and really getting to soak up like what it is. I mean, here's, I've been to the Masters, Gary.
Yeah. Have you?
And
I got a towel.
are you about to snack on cookies during the show? He's digging in the bag of cookies.
Bad.
But here's the
Gary,
thing.
have you ever been to the Masters before?
What, Rich? I didn't hear your mic cut out.
I heard you just fine.
What'd
He
you say?
said, Gary, have you ever been to the Masters?
I take his mic and jab it into his face.
But listen, here's my point. At events like the Masters, they have back all the past winners. You get to see this cast of legends that is incredible. But I will say, in terms of legendary golfers, I think the PNC is superior because
Then the Masters.
I think no, in terms
But then he went to both. So
in terms of legendary golfers playing golf at the same time, at the same place, the Masters is better. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get my mic cord twisted, okay? What I'm saying is, in terms of this specific category, to be able to see Gary Player, Lee Trevino, Freddie Couples, Tiger Woods, like you get this group of guys all playing that that's not happening anywhere else. You're not finding it at another tournament.
And Nelly Korda.
Nelly Korda was
Annika.
looking on top of her game.
But then
Nelly
you got
Korda
all
on top of her game.
The kids are awesome.
Dude, and the kids are incredible.
Okay, Charlie, let's just get on wood. Charlie made a ton of putts.
A ton, thank you.
Ton of putts.
Yes.
And then he gets a hole in one.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Thank you, Gary. You just jumped way ahead in my run of show here. No, but it's great. It's great. I'm so glad you did. Because you're moving things right along, which it needs to, because nothing's working and the show is struggling today. Yes. So let's kind of run through it. We all know it. We all saw it. Our hands were up. This thing was down at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club in Orlando, Florida, which, by the way, it was a cool course. It was pretty cool.
Creme of the creme.
It was, but it wasn't some like overly challenging, like whatever Pinehurst, sort of like test of death.
It was like, nice.
Yeah, it was. It was just a very fun, playable course. Nothing too crazy. Weather was great.
Cool.
Yeah, the very last day, it like cooled down a little. You got to wear like a little QZ.
They don't want to make it like too hard on them too.
No, you can't. I mean, like, dude, Gary Player's 89.
Right.
89.
Did you see him hitting himself?
Hitting himself?
He was in the car. He's like, I'm 89. It's something I felt like I would do. He's like, I'm 89. He's like, look. And you're like, Gary,
Jesus.
Stop hitting yourself.
Why'd you hit yourself
That's
so hard
what he
on that?
did. Because I'm not a
Gary
wimpy
Player,
guy. I'm
Gary Vale.
Yeah.
So there was this
He did it
fun
just that
moment,
hard.
and I actually it went up on the SI Golf Instagram. But first day I get there, it's a practice round. I look at like my tee sheet. I was like, oh, Gary Player's heading to 10 at the turn. I'm gonna head over there. I walk up. There's Gary Player walking, and he hits his shot, beautiful shot right down the fairway. And then he's like, son, come here, son, come here, son. And he tells some kid to like come over by him, and he was like, put your hand on my head. And he like tells the kid to put his hand on his head. He's like, no, keep it there. I'm going to move. You keep it there. Yeah, I'm going to move. And he's like, okay, keep your hand, keep your hand. And so now the kid's hand is equivalent to the height of Gary Player. And the kid's holding it there, taller kid. And he's holding it. And he goes, okay. And Gary Player, 89 years old, takes a few steps back. And he was like, I'm going to show you I can still kick higher than my head. And he takes like one kind of running step up forward, does this high kick. It's in the video. And his foot goes higher than the kid's hand, who was holding it up at the height of Gary Player's head. 89 years old. He shows randomly, like he's just hits his drive on 10. Hey, kid, come here. I'm going to show everybody I can still do high kicks. And I happened to press record, and I caught this very cool moment.
Yeah. Nice.
And I posted the video. Like I said, it's up on the SI Golf
cool.
Instagram. It's fun.
You think you could do it right now?
No.
Come on, let's try.
100% not. I would blow out my quad and my glute. and everything else, it would be bad, and I would need a stretcher.
He's got
Josh,
two,
he
he's
needs
got
his glute massage.
he's got too tight of jeans on.
I do. Wait, dude, these are like the stretchy jeans, though. They're like a little stretch. Yeah, whatever, leave me alone. I got him at Target. Dude, it was cool. Lee Trevino, dude, he's like the mayor.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him. He's just smiling, shaking hands, giving golf lessons. He's hitting it was like a 5 hybrid or a 5 wood or something like that. And he's like, watch, I can hit a flop shot with this. And he just like does. And it's like a little 80-yard flopper with like a 5 wood. I'm like, who are these guys? Like,
They're
what are we
so
doing?
personable that day, too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's so cool.
Dude. And then, of course,
Tiger.
yeah, getting to be in the presence and the aura of Tiger Woods. And here's what I'll tell you. Like I said, I've seen Tiger Woods play at a handful of events. I saw him play at, I don't know, whatever, the Masters, US Open. I think, did he play the PGA Championship? I don't remember, whatever. Seen him play a handful of times. But usually at these big events, gigantic crowds, you can't really get anywhere near. Even though, like, I've got a press pass, like, the crowds were following him all day. And, like, I'm, like, holding my camera over my head trying to snap pictures, hoping and praying. Well, at the PNC, obviously, it's a limited field. The only people who are invited to play are past winners of majors or the players. So if you've won one of those, you do have the opportunity to come play. If you have a family member you want to bring with you. I think there was 20 group or 20 players in the event. Or was it 20 groups? Whatever. I don't know. I lost count of
Get
everything.
your facts straight.
Shut up.
God.
And it was just fun because at one point, I'm watching
think it was
Tiger
20.
Woods. 20? Thank you. I'm watching Tiger Woods at a par 3 with maybe at a maximum 100 people standing around watching him.
That's so fun.
And the side that I was standing on had no one. So I'm like taking pictures and soaking it up and drinking it in, like the whole thing. That to me personally, in traveling around, going to golf events, doing all this stuff, was probably the coolest thing I've done in my professional golf reporting career. And I don't know, I'm still like humbled and appreciative that I was allowed to be in sort of those behind the scenes circles, and it was fun. What are you doing? What was it?
That's what I'm texting you. What I
All right,
usually
so question
text you
for
right
you.
now. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
are you
wanna know.
talking about? Secrets are no fun.
STFU, because I'm so jealous that I've had like dreams where I'm like
There was a cool moment where they were doing a press conference
rubbing it.
and Tiger and Charlie were up there, and there's these 2 microphones.
Look at him.
There's
ridiculous.
There's these 2 microphones, and you kind of get in line, and like the media runs over, and like they usually take like 5 or 8 or 10 questions, and then at whatever point they cut it off, and if you got your question, whatever. People before me were like, Tiger, what year do you consider was your greatest year? He was like, for what? He was like,
I saw that question.
like in golf, and he was like, and I loved his answer. He was like, in 2000 I was pretty good. I was like, dude, pretty good. Like that's the greatest way to say it. In 2000 I was pretty good. Like,
What year do you think it was his best year?
2000, undoubtedly.
You think so?
Undoubtedly. And actually, I saved
There's
this
like
quote.
3 different eras where he's won like 22 times in 4 majors. Each 3-year span.
As a giant Tiger fan, what is your opinion on that year? Is it 2000?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So I saved this stat. Hold on. Let me find it right here. I'm pulling up my Instagram. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. If Tiger Woods only played in 1999 through 2000, so 2 years and nothing else, he'd have 17 wins and 4 majors, which is a better career than Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, and on and on and on in the 99 and 2000 span.
That's nuts.
17 wins and 4 majors.
And then
Which
he did
is
that 2 other
crazy.
times with like between like 05 and 07 and then like
Yeah, where he had like these massive runs of world number 1 for like years, like hundreds of weeks.
like
At a time.
653 weeks.
Total. Yeah,
Do you
it's
know
crazy.
what I wish he would do?
221 consecutive.
I wish he would make his own show.
You don't
Like
need
his
to
own.
though.
You don't need to, but it would be the biggest thing in golf if he had his own little podcast.
Okay.
And honestly, it could be with no one. It could just be
I would
him
love
and
that.
some random dude.
Let me agree with you.
Yeah.
And here's why I agree with you. The reason it would be the most interesting thing in golf is because he won't.
Yeah.
And he never would, and he never will, which is why we would all want to see it, because he won't. And there's not a single chance on this planet where we're going to hear Tiger Woods be like, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Tiger Woods show. This week we're going to talk about Charlie's hole-in-one. I would listen to every ounce of that, and it'll never happen.
Well, I have a good example of like someone who you would think would never have something. You guys know The Undertaker, wrestling.
Back to wrestling. Let's go.
So he finally retired, and then
Sad day.
Yeah, I know. He made his
Isn't
own
he
podcast.
married to like the owner's daughter or
No,
something?
that's Triple H.
Triple H Rich.
Oh, sorry.
Nerd.
But he made
So I'm way off.
he finally made a podcast, and it's one of the #1 wrestling podcasts. Yeah,
podcasts.
out there. So like that's something that you wouldn't think would happen, and it happened. Who knows? After he's completely done playing.
Comparing the Undertaker to Tiger.
No, I'm not comparing them.
So insane
I am
right
not
now.
comparing
Gary.
the two.
I love
Hold on. I am not comparing the two. I am just
eating
saying
my cookie.
that was an
Oh,
impossible
my
thing that
God.
happened. Now this one could be an impossible thing that happened.
It's so good.
I get what you're saying.
Keep eating your cookies over there, Gary.
Listen, the Undertaker's like the Bryson DeChambeau of wrestling. To me, my Tiger for wrestling's Stone Cold or The Rock or, but still.
Wow.
Moving on.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
Did you guys see how the PNC ended? See that showdown? We had it was the Woods versus the Langers, led by Bernhard Langer, who's
That kid is like, what, 20?
this kid here?
Because I couldn't tell if he was like 15 for the longest time, 22, 27.
Yeah, he was either like
It was
13 or 30, and I couldn't tell.
Yeah. It's like 22.
So the final round is, I feel like Tiger Woods and Charlie Woods are playing a fantastic round.
Perfect.
Of course, we get the moment with the hole-in-one.
How about that shove hug?
The shove hug after the hole-in-one. Oh, my God. Charlie didn't even know it went in. He's hearing the crowd cheer, and he was like, did it go in? Did it go in?
But that's...
And here comes Tiger. Boom.
He is so jacked again.
Oh, my God. He's humongous.
He's a unit.
He is an absolute unit.
Like Rich's beard is a
Yeah, Rich's
unit.
beard is
Look
a
at
unit,
that.
and so is Tiger
Does
Woods.
the 300 know that you're out here? Like, are they okay by themselves with Leonidas here in the podcast?
So Bernhard Langer and his son unfortunately played a little too well, because even with the hole-in-one and all that, it came down.
Bernhard Langer.
What?
I can't say the name, but I'm just saying Langer. He's so good. He is like,
I know.
and I
it's
think
not
it's
fair.
so cool that they won, because Tiger's about to transition into his tour where he is like the Tiger right now, and Tiger's gonna mop everybody up. How excited are you to see that too?
I wanted Tiger
I want
and
Tiger and
Charlie
Charlie.
to win.
to win,
I
too.
really
I do
did.
too. I get you.
did. I felt like we all
With the hole
deserved
in
it.
one.
I feel like they got lucky on 18 as it is at the first time.
I don't
They
know.
made so many putts. They didn't miss putts. Charlie didn't do and then it was
Did you guys see the other hole-in-one?
that was good. But
by
the cameraman
by
was
Patty
not good.
Harrington,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Patrick Harrington's son, which nobody's talking about. Like, literally,
Poor guy.
no one.
He's
He's
like,
like, oh, yeah.
Josh.
He's like, I got a hole-in-one too. And I'm just like, shut up. Hey, Charlie, so tell us more about yours.
I think it was on the Undertaker's podcast they were talking about
Yeah,
it.
they're going to have Patty Harrington on the Undertaker podcast to talk about it.
This show has gone off the rails.
You're not
today.
comparing
God.
them.
Ew, dude. You see
Gary's
that?
eating cookies and laughing.
He was full open mouth seafood. He was eating
My
sushi.
God. Guys, it's Christmas week. There are no rules on the show this week.
Man. What kind of cookies are those?
The eggnog's flowing great.
Oh,
They're
it's
good
flowing.
cookies. You want one?
Josh, just have a cookie. Throw him one.
Wait.
I'll catch
So
it.
one
I'll
of the,
catch it.
to add on
No,
top
just
of the
don't- no, tell
Charlie
me-
hole in one, it was
Oh.
awesome though because Charlie not only did he have a hole in one, the hole before that he had his first eagle ever. So it was like back to back eagle
Don't
and then
worry
a hole
about
in one. Like that's just awesome, you know.
Hold on, Josh is trying to show us
Why are
something here.
these in a reused bag of shredded cheddar cheese?
Don't worry about it.
What?
The Ziploc bag the cookies are in have Sharpie that say shredded cheddar. Why not?
Oh
you know
my
what?
God.
You know, hey, listen, times are tough. You can't just be throwing out Ziploc bags all willy-nilly. That's a one gal.
And
you know
this
what I
thing-
mean?
Gary, this
Big
thing
boy.
doesn't even. Okay, now it closes. I'm like, this thing don't even close.
I needed these sunglasses today.
Oh, wow.
We're hitting balls tonight.
Gary, we're hitting balls every day. That's what we do. Here, you can hit this one. You're welcome. Yeah. Team Langer wins $200,000. Team Woods wins $80,000, which Charlie might need because I love the moment where Tiger says to Charlie, he was like, hey, so you're buying everyone drinks. And he's like, what? He was like, yeah, it's the tradition. You made the hole in one. You're buying drinks. Charlie turns to him and he's like, Dad, I'm broke. So maybe his half of the $80K can help pay down the bar tab at the Ritz-Carlton after.
I like what Tiger said after the round, which was better. He goes, it's cool that he got a hole in one, but he's 15 years old. I got mine at 6. He's like,
He's still competing with his own son.
like the most
Took you so long.
Tigeristic thing to say. Like
About time.
Put him in his place. Didn't even give him a day.
Well, I feel like Charlie hasn't been through the ringer like Tiger has when it comes to growing up playing golf.
Yeah, no, for surely not. I listened to that documentary about Tiger Woods. It was audio book, Audible book, whatever. I don't know. It's not a documentary. It's a book. And they talked about how they would take Tiger, and put him in a high chair and make him watch his dad hit balls in their garage. And every time his dad would hit the ball, they would feed him baby food to like pattern his brain that hitting balls equals good. Like,
No way.
Yeah, like from like 18 months, like on.
All right,
like,
I gotta watch. I gotta listen to this book.
you do. It's like a 25-hour book, and I love it.
25-hour book.
Yeah, it's great. You probably could have fit that in this
Pavlov's
morning when
dog.
you were late for the show. 25 hours. Yeah, Pavlov's dog. Thank you, Rich. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, so you're right. Charlie has not been abused to this level to be one of the greatest golfers of all time. However, Charlie has been patterned well enough to make hole-in-ones at the PNC, and that was a lot of fun to see. Crowd went nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger goes nuts. Charlie said it's the most fun I've ever had in my life. I mean,
You asked him a question though.
oh yeah, so let's get to that. So I'm standing in line. We're at the press conference, and everybody's like, Tiger, what do you consider your greatest year in golf? Remember, we got sidetracked there. And they're like,
We were in the
Tiger,
woods.
how are your injuries? How's your back? How's surgery? How's this? How's that? Charlie's standing down the end, like looking around, like, bored out of his mind. So I step up to the mic. I'm like, I feel like it's time to throw something down to Charlie. Like, he's a part of this thing too. And I look and I see that Charlie was wearing the Jupiter Links golf hat for TGL. That's Tiger's team. And so I was like, hey, Charlie, this one's for you. I was like, I see you're wearing the Jupiter Links golf hat. Have you had a chance to get in the SoFi Center and hit balls at a giant screen yet? And he's just like, no, but I heard it's huge.
I'm glad you got the shittiest response ever.
Okay. Gary was so gracious to pick me up from the airport the other night when I landed back at Midway at like 10 o'clock at night. I'm in the car on the way back riding with Gary, and I'm telling him these stories. And Gary about swerved in oncoming traffic when he goes, you had a chance to talk to Tiger Woods, and you turned and asked Charlie a question? What the hell is wrong with you?
I wanted to kick him out of the fucking car.
What is wrong with you?
I was like, you were insane.
It was the moment.
Dan, did he open up? Did Gary open up his phone and show you that he fist bumped him?
I sent him that picture after he kept sending me pictures of him with Tiger at the PNC. I'm like, I got a fist bump.
This beautiful
you ever
long
see this
zoom
one?
lens I've got. I've got this long zoom lens, and I was in very close proximity to these guys for like hours. It was great. But I would like zoom really tight and get like a nice close up of Tiger and then send it to Gary. So it looked like the perspective was like, I'm like standing 2
I'm
inches from his
watching
face.
it, and then I see him on the TV. I'm like, "There's Dan, rewind it." And I got a video. of it.
Yes. You know what? As you're watching it, you're seeing this. This is I just got done watching Tiger Woods hit this par 3, and then all the media and cameras and everybody just starts moving in this like sort of fury to follow Tiger. I had to like move my little tripod stand thing, and I'm going behind, and I walked directly in front of the Golf Channel camera, apparently. And like I'm kind of like head down, just trying to get where I'm going over this tee box, whatever. And I look up, and he's just like I mean, right on,
just scoping you.
He knows he's in the middle of the TV.
And I look
camera,
up, and I was just like,
and he gives a
shit.
shit-eating grin, looks at the guy that they're actually making a video about, walks in the way of his video.
well, yeah, because I was like,
yeah,
my
and then
instinct
I'm
was to
like,
go left.
good.
My instinct was to go left towards the cart path, but that's where they were filming. So I had to go against my instinct and walk like the wrong way where we're like not supposed to be going. But I'm in his shot. I'm
Look
like,
at your
You're
face.
just trying to GTFO.
He knows.
that's all.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just got to get out of here. I'm not supposed to be here. Like the goal for media passes is to not end up on the Golf Channel.
Yes, it is.
And that was a terrifying moment as I was following around Tiger Woods.
That you could have talked to.
I mean,
hey, Charlie.
I know we touched on it a little bit earlier, but like just to swing back, like, can you imagine being Patty Harrington? Like,
Getting a
What a
hole in
waste.
one.
Golfing. I mean, how
nobody
old is
cares.
he?
20, 30.
Like,
I'll
right,
look it up.
You know, so he finally gets a hole in one. He's been trying forever to get a hole
Of
in one,
course.
and then like
Charlie.
doesn't matter because
No
Charlie
one
got
cares.
an eagle and then a hole in one before me, and like nobody cares.
Shut up, Patty Harrington. No one cares.
Do you think Patty and Charlie had to split the bill, or did everybody get 2 rounds, or like?
He's 21. 21 years old. What a wonderful age to be on TV, playing the PNC, making a hole in one, and no one cares.
Right?